Hello and welcome to the IDD. Thank you for navigating here for Canvas support. This guide will be looking at how to give additional attempts on quizzes and how to create extensions. So in this case, let's take a look in our demo quiz. We do have a quiz where we have one submission and we want to give an extension to that student. So we're going to give them, first of all, I'm going to show you how to give them additional attempts if they're still within the time period of the assignment itself. And so in this case, our quiz is due on the 8th, and right now it is the 4th. So there's still plenty of time. So I'm going to go in and give this student an additional attempt. And to do that, what we're going to do is over here on the right navigational bar, we're going to select moderate this quiz. This is where we see how many attempts have been taken and how many exist. And so in this case, we're looking at our fake student, Rick Ross, who made a submission and he's used up his one attempt. He has no more attempts left and he hasn't been scored yet, but he emailed me and let me know, hey, I accidentally hit submit and I need some more time. So in this case, what we'd do is we'd come over to the edit icon. So the pencil icon next to that student's name or to the very far right end. And we're going to add in this case, one attempt. And so I don't need to manually unlock the quiz for this next attempt because the quiz is still open. So I'm going to go ahead and select save. And we see here now that Rick Ross has one attempt left. And so just to double check, let's go in as the student. So now we're in as that student. We're going to double check and make sure the student still has a chance. So here, take the quiz again. This is the submission that he has put in so far. And let's, just to be careful, we're going to go ahead and instruct the student to highlight and copy the content that they had because in this quiz we have the quiz questions may change. So in this case, since they have another attempt, this might give them a separate question. We'll just tell them to go ahead and submit the same essay as prior. And so in this case, yes, it is different than the first one. So if you have your essay questions pulled from a question group where it's randomized, you might have this as a problem if a student accidentally submits. But you can go ahead and tell them to just go ahead and submit the same essay that they were working on. And if they need the prompt again, you can definitely email that to the student. And so they should be able to come back in. And now, once again, if the student does happen to leave, all this progress should still be there. So we'll come back to the quiz and make sure that everything that we're working on, yep, we have the resume quiz option. And once it loads, yep, all the work is still there. So this is how you add an extra attempt for a student. So, and this is for a quiz that is still available to the rest of the class, but maybe a student accidentally submitted too soon and wants to get back their attempt. Now, if you do have a situation where a student submits and it passes beyond the end deadline for the quiz, I'll show you how to create an extension next. So this next example is creating an extension for a student whose submission is beyond the end date for the quiz. And in this case, let's go into the quiz and let's take a look. So this quiz has been adjusted that it was now due on the 1st. It was available from the 30th until the 3rd, and now it's the 4th. So I have a student that needs to submit and it's beyond the submission date, and I don't want to change the entire assignment for the whole class. So in order to do this, what we're going to do is we're going to go up here to the top and select the edit button. and then we're gonna just scroll all the way down, and this works for assignments too. And we're gonna look at the assign section. So we are not gonna change anything that exists here. If we change anything here, it will do a lot of strange things to our gradebook, and it'll hide all the scores from all the students who have already taken this assignment. So what we are gonna do is we are gonna select this plus add button at the very bottom. And this gives us an option to assign to, and we get to choose the individual student or students who we want to assign it to. So in this case, I'm going to select Helen Hayes, our fake student. And I'm going to put in a new due date for Helen Hayes. And so I'm going to put the new due date as tomorrow. And so I'll make it available from today until, and I'll be kind here until Wednesday. And so in this case, this is creating an extension, this little card here, specifically for one student. So if we want to add more students, we can select next to Helen and add anyone else that we want. And then once we're ready, we'll just go ahead and click save. So we want to make sure that we keep the original due dates, the original availability, and the original assigned to set as it was. Because what this means is this is still keeping the assignment closed off to everyone else except for these two students that we added the extension for. So then we'll select save, and then Helen and Kathy will have extensions. So thank you once again for navigating to the IDD.